Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris Necroids DLC. I'm your host, College Fate. It's episode 2. I want to give a shout out to RW in the comment section of the first episode, who pointed out that the reason I'm having instability on some of these first worlds I'm trying to conquer is because I don't have leaders to take these jobs like the Enforcer job. And the reason I don't have that is because I have 2 separate species. I have my leaders, and then I have slaves. And the slaves can't take those jobs unless we change their rights from chattel slavery to something else like this. Indentured servitude can be employed in worker or specialist jobs, but retain more political power than other slaves. You do that, and that could work. So I'm thinking that might be a wise thing to do. I understand the chattel slavery, they get resources from jobs at plus 10%, but I'd kind of rather have them be able to just work specialist jobs. So I'm going to do that. Caldera, also the same thing, slavery type. They're already set to indentured servitude, so if we change these people from slavery type to indentured servitude, then that treats them more like a standard pop here. And then at the end of this month, what we should see is, let's see, we're going to get anybody to take that job. Still not going to take that job. Who do we have on this planet? I guess is the other question. Necroid and Caldera. So, what do I have? I have 4 technicians. Oh, there. I have 4 technicians. Who's working these technicians' jobs? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. I have, yeah, and I have, it's curious that the Necroid won't go up and take that Enforcer job. Okay, let's go look at that. Oh, it's these guys over here. Great. Well, this should be an easy win for us. Yeah, so I'm curious about this. Nobody is taking this. I have colonists. I have specialists. Cultist fleet destroyed. That's great. So this stratum specialist, stratum worker, and I have 2. I have 2 Necroids. Stratum slave. Oh, Necroid slaves. Okay, species. If I go to slavery type. Indentured servitude. We recently changed the species policy. Well, rat-a-tat-tat. That seems like a bug. Because here are the other ones. Calderas. Slavery. What are they? Stratum slave. Set to default rights. Yeah, I wanted to change you guys to... Are you sure you want... Yes, change them. Because I want them to take that job. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure it out. Set default rights. Slavery type, indentured servitude. Set default rights, indentured servitude. Set default rights, indentured servitude. So they should take that job. Because they should be able to work specialist jobs. Yes? Yes? Is that my understanding of this? Slavery type, indentured servitude. Indentured service can be employed in workers or specialist jobs but retain more political power. We recently changed this policy. They can... Yeah, okay. So how come this person still didn't take this job? That's really... Okay, RW, this is on you. Tell me why these people, after I change this policy, aren't going up here and taking this job. Because it's boggling my mind why that's not happening. Technician, stratum, slave. Military service, soldiers only, slavery type, indentured servitude. Oh, you can even set the rights from here. Yeah, no migration controls, no population. Military service, basic subsistence. I'm puzzled. I'm puzzled. That seems like a bug to me. You guys are done. You can go home. Was there... Oh, there were more of them over here, weren't there? Alien menace. Slave army. Slave processing facility. What's that do? Slave resource pop output. Ooh. Slaves political power minus 25. What's the dread encampment do? Army starting the current. Oh, right. Okay. Huh. Yeah, that's beyond confusing to me why they won't go out and take that job after I change that policy. That thing. Is there a policy that I need to worry about? Slavery is allowed. Population controls, refugees, robotic workers, trade policy, economic policy. Resettlement. I don't understand. So that's a little unfortunate. Because, yeah, I'd love someone... Look, there's worker jobs, enforcer jobs. Okay, so what do I have here? I have 2 enforcers here. What if I took one of these specialists and moved them over to Japris? I need to take a specialist and move to Japris. Which specialist do I want to get rid of? Not a bureaucrat. Not a... what if... Not an artisan, because that's what we're low on. What if I took one of my enforcers and pushed him over there? Now I got 2 enforcers. Stability is 50. At least I could get that job filled that way. Now I'm going to need more jobs, so I need to generate that. This generator world. See, this has the same problem. I only have no enforcers over here. It's more important that people work that. So this is curious. Okay. Specialist. And there's people working the artisan jobs. So I have a Necroid and a gold. Special project completed. Our efforts to destroy the subterranean aliens in Japris have met with success. We managed to collapse several of their tunnels on top of their workers, and the caverns that house their cities have been flooded with nerve gas. Okay, so I think I understand this now. These people even... I understand this. Slavery type, indentured servitude. Can be employed in worker and specialist jobs, but I'm guessing not all specialist jobs. You can't have your slaves working at... This makes total sense, actually. You can't have your slaves working as enforcers. You can't have the slaves enforcing the slaves. You can't have the slaves policing the slaves. You can have them working the other things, but you can't have them doing that job. Okay. I got it. That makes total sense. Dummy me. I got it. Okay. Now we understand. So, as RW was saying, what I should have done up here is grabbed Nihilistic Acquisition. Unlocks the radiant bombardment stance, which in turn allows us to abduct pops from besieged planets and resettle them on our own worlds. We'll want to make use of that as our next thing that we unlock. We probably should have unlocked it right off the bat. It would have been a great way to go. I like this. We got that choke point there. 6 energy right there. I'd like to have that as a choke point too. So let's do that. Okay, what's next? Resource output from workers and slaves is increased by 5%, and then it's either housing or government level. No, we definitely want the resource output. And then we want to get our science ship busy back doing sciencey things. So let's go survey this system and this system. I'd like to have that black hole. And then maybe choke point right there. It's going to be very important. Gold. Prospectors have ventured into some of deeper tunnels that once belonged to the now dead subterranean aliens on Japis 4. They finally discovered the long room and gold mines where it was believed the underground aliens empire acquired its large reserve of precious metals. Excellent. Armies on that planet. That's nice. Can see that. I like that. Okay, so we need... many, many more of our leadership people. I got you. So that whole ascension thing is going to be very important, isn't it? The chamber of elevation. All right. We got jobs there. We're going to need to get people over here for stability as we go to work these jobs. These got jobs, and obviously nobody's working them. Yeah, I see how this works. Okay. So, oh, and what happened here? Unrest, materialist attraction. So can we move people to Aphelion? We could, but we'd lose a slot here, so we're not going to do that. Okay. I got you. I'm starting to understand this little slightly different playstyle here. Okay. Gotcha. And yeah, robots are going to be huge. Robots are getting. I think I always love having robots, anyways. But having robots and being able to, they're right here, robot assembly plants. Being able to give you some synthetic workers and droids would be huge for a species like this. Obviously, this is going to be quite the deal. How are we doing on everything up here? We're doing all right. We could be selling some of our food. So let's do that. Yeah. A ruined network of aerostat colonies. Ooh, dating back to at least three millennia, can be found in low orbit of this gas giant, Cloud City. 14 jobs on this planet. Okay. All right. Yeah, so it's really going to be a matter of getting pops up, isn't it? Wow. Okay. And what do we have for edicts? Anything to help with that? We've got a recycling campaign we can turn on, which isn't that big. Leader experience campaign I'd probably like to turn on. Extended shifts. Worker pop resource output. Slave 10%. Their happiness is -10. I already have enough unhappiness capacities. Yeah, that'll be nice. Especially what I need to do is get this up. Empire Sprawl. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to specialize my planets yet, because we haven't been growing fast enough. We've got all this unrest. It's like, what do we want to actually do? The homeworld here. What do we want to do with this? Usually I like to turn it into research, just because for some magical reason it seems to come up with more research than other planets. I think it's probably just my imagination, but that's what I like to do.
Construction function completed.
And then I'd like to start offloading some of these other things, the bureaucracy and the other things, to other planets. That's got a bunch of stuff over there. There's also a bunch of trade to be had there. I feel like we need to get... Ooh, 200 experience and living metal discovered. All right. We need to get over here to that survey system and get that black hole there. Let's have him build this. Let's get ourselves another science ship going. We need to get that surveyed. We need to go. We can't survey up in that direction. There's 900 people there, but there's marauders here. So folks, go take these guys out. And then we can go see about this block over here. It should be very nice. Okay, Necropolis has somebody unemployed, and this is our best planet for mining, so we need to be doing that. And the other ones, this is our best one for food, so let's start doing what we normally do and labeling our planets. Energy credits from job, research station, output of research speed. Jobbers finally has this. Okay, and it's like, hey, I don't... What do we have here? We got 2 enforcers. But we need amenities, which means clerk jobs, really. Chamber of Elevation. So we can put this on every planet, and it's going to take some people every 10 years and turn them into Necroids. An elevation ritual. It seems like that would be a really important thing to put down as early as possible. Stability +5, I like that. Necrophyte jobs +3. Unity and energies. I like that. Let's do that and upgrade that. This is going to be an energy world as far as what its districts do. If you've never watched me play this before, what I like to do is label my planets with first in brackets what the districts are going to do. Energy, food, or minerals, and then I also like to add what they're going to focus the buildings on. So that'll be our mineral, food, energy. Okay, and then we have plenty of planets around here to get to. Hey, there's a spot there. That'll be nice. This is anomaly discovery chance. Okay. I'll put that person here and tell them go survey that system there. Another world, a savannah world. Desert world. Don't have terraforming tech yet.
A special project is complete.
Okay. So that's good there. What else do we got going on here? You can't go any further because of those things, so that's actually kind of good. It's a nice choke point for us. Why don't you start heading out here in this direction and start surveying. And let's see, we're going to run into these other species at some point in time. I don't want to know where I should start setting up my choke points. So here we go.
A study has been completed.
A study has... Yay! Robot assembly plants. Awesome. Living metal mega construction. That's nice and expensive. Oh, man. So, hangar bay. Now... Yeah, and we collect trade, so this is... I need these hangar bays. I need to get my trade collection. I feel like I have to be explicit between that now. It's because when I noticed the other day when I made a post on Facebook that people, at least one person, confused what I meant when I said trade, and they thought I meant like actual trades with other empires. It's like, no, trade collection, the rings. We have defeated the cultist forces encountered so far, but these engagements have raised a number of alarming questions. The final crucible has been deploying far more ships than they could possibly have built in secrecy on Necropolis, and now they pitted a large warship of unknown design against us. Where are the ships coming from? Are there more warships like the one we just destroyed? We should investigate the battle debris for answer. Okay. So, you're there, you can go home. That person, after doing that, can survey this and then research that project.
Construction venture completed.
Excellent. Build that. Yeah, we'll need a black hole for sure. So we can build a matter decompressor. There's a bunch of trade up here. I'd really like to get that. That 10 is like having a planet, which is pretty awesome. So I'd kind of, and there are planets over here, and there's a planet here. And there's a planet over here. So there's, ideally, we're going to want to put a star base right here with 2 trade collections so it can reach out to here to Safaban and grab that. So we might as well start building it right now. Let's start upgrading that and get it ready. And if it reaches out too, it's also going to grab right here, which is fine. We're going to want to put one right here against this gateway anyways for faster than light inhibitor. And we're going to want to put 3 levels of trade protection on it so it reaches Necropolis and goes all the way up here to Ooks for free. So why don't we start building that one as well. And that'll give us, when these planets are colonized up here, and this one, that gives us a lot of trade right here to funnel right down to our planet. And that's going to be pretty huge. And this one, we don't have the technology to upgrade the Starhold yet. Otherwise, we could start grabbing from Japras, even though it's only 1 right now. It's only value 1. Tropical world right there.
Construction venture completed.
Okay, where do I want you to go?
System survey has concluded.
What do I want you to do next? Go up here. Or go down here. Because our sprawl is getting really big. Why don't you move to here? Okay, we maxed out. We maxed out influence. Well, in that case, we should probably spend some on an edict. Why don't we spend it on capacities and launch a second edict to there? And turn the recycling campaign on since we have 5,000 credits. Bribed officials must be dealt with. Brangiki.
An anomaly has been discovered.
Launch anti-crime campaign.
A system survey.
Do we not already have that going on? We got bribed officials, criminal underworld. Launch an anti-crime campaign. Oh, and over here, what do we have? Decisions. Send artifacts. Culture workers output, but these aren't really culture workers. These are administrative jobs. We got to get that down on every planet. We got to get an autochthon monument because it's an option right there. Yep, you can put an autochthon monument down on every single one of them, and that's what we got to do. So that's got to be a goal. Help us get
Construction venture
our traditions faster. You guys are just...
A system survey.
Yeah, they got no specialists there, do they? And that's on Brangiki. Okay, can we resettle a couple of guys to Brangiki? Can we... Enforcers. Send an enforcer. I might have to send 2 of them. But what if we did that? What if we sent 2 of them? Okay, like that.
Construction venture completed.
How does that work? Now we got a little instability over here, but Brangiki says, hey, I've got people working these jobs now. Crime's reduced. They don't have many amenities because we don't have anybody working those jobs. I'd like to probably get a chamber of elevation on it as well, but I think I'm going to go for the autochthon monument first. Not that that's going to work because, again, specialist short on them. Natural wormhole. So that's nice. Construction ship. Grab these things. Actually, Brangiki. Stop with the autochthon monument. No. On Brangiki, Devil's Maw, strategic resource discovered. That's nice. What is this? Pops, necrophage. 3 pops on Japras. Yay. So, that's cool. We probably should put elevation foundations first, shouldn't we? We need that. I think that's kind of big. And then you go autochthon monument after that. If I'm guessing, if I'm figuring this out. Encounter in, okay. What is this? How long do these take? 18 months?
Anomaly has been discovered.
Social project. The final crucible. Cultist warship debris. Go to. What are you doing? Nothing? Oh, you are. And then research project. And then research anomalies. Okay, so you went over there and you ran into alien vessels. 3K of them over there. Well, my friend, you just go around.
A system survey has concluded.
I love this voice. It's fantastic. I also like where we're at. So far we haven't run into anybody. Now that doesn't mean there's something up here. There's somebody over here and there's somebody over here, I'm sure. But for right now, I can live with this. And I've got 907 alien menace over there blocking that.
Special project is complete.
Okay, so after sifting through the debris left by the strange cultist warship, we destroyed. Our scientists believe they may have divined the source of the ships. The final crucible has been thrown against us. Fragments from a log file mention some kind of abandoned alien shipyard discovered by the cultist ships fleeing at Necrodaemon. They have been using the automated shipyard to reinforce their numbers, and now they are even producing new ships from alien templates found within the station's memory banks. This cannot be allowed to continue. Alright, well. After all of that, find where these turkeys are.
Steering clear of the litter.
Okay, so we can't go any more in that direction because there's 3K versus alien vessels there, and there's a Zeta Menace. What's the Zeta Menace? Let's research those guys. Capital buildings provide housing or the governor level cap. I don't really care about most of that too much. It's not direly important, but this could, we're gonna have to go up here and get this, so, and we want that stuff we gotta go get. So we're way over our admin cap. I would very much, what's our penalty here? 7. Shipyard destroyed. Someone has destroyed the alien shipyard that was being used for the final crucible in their crusade against us. Preliminary reports indicate that the cultist forces were thoroughly wiped out, but we have also received intelligence that the cult's charismatic leader left the shipyard on her new flagship moments before the battle had begun. She's still at large somewhere in the galaxy. So somebody else blew him up. It's somebody down here, and we're going to run into it, I'm sure. Okay. Well, that's all very interesting.
A system survey has concluded.
Has it now? Very interesting. Okay, pirate treasure. Yay, minor artifacts, energy credits. Yeah, we need robots. We need robots, don't we? That would help. Okay. Oh, let's spend some of this. Subterranean farming cabins. Oh, I like this. It's going to give us a lot more districts. It's going to be pretty sweet. Doink, doink, doink. It's a lot. Get them to work. Probable cultist flagship locations. Okay. The final crucible. Find, track on map. Where are they? Oh, they're right there. Oh, well.
An unusual phenomenon.
They're, I believe that they're quite a bit stronger than we are. Their flagships, I'm not sure I want to even deal with that right now, but it's not a big deal. Should probably start building some more ships here. Let's see. Corvette. What kind? Do you just want to build the default ones, maybe? It's going to suck into our energy credits, but we need to start trying to project strength. So far, we're the only one here. Order restored on Brangaki. Really? Hey, it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's end the anti-crime and martial law. That drops that a little bit. And then what's the anti-crime? Enforcer crime reduction plus 10. How's this working out right now? From POPs plus 36. From government skills minus 12. From POP jobs minus 40. So we don't want to really end the anti-crime campaign yet. Otherwise we'll start to see some of it, I think. What happens if we end it though? How are we now right now? We're still good? Yeah, because the governor skills keeps us there because it's what his skill is. Resources from jobs, empire sprawl from POPs, crime minus 12. Nice. So that's going to keep us. So this will be good. So governing ethics attraction. Okay, that's working.
A special project is
Oh, and we put consumer goods on this, so civilian industries. Establish a listening post on Acropolis. Reports of deep space drones in certain systems have been investigated. The drones appear to be the workers and custodians of an autonomous orbital mining operation. established millennia ago, and then soon abandoned by all but the drones themselves, judging by the state of processing equipment. The drones possess powerful mining lasers and make obviously threatening, if not outright hostile, overtures towards the Necroan vessels when they approach. They may only be old drones, but they should be kept under close watch by the Necrosis Compound. Issue special drone study. So, and what we haven't decided what to do with that world yet, and we haven't decided what to do with this world yet. So, okay. We might just have to make the homeworld bureaucracy and put research somewhere else. And Iphilion, and Japers would be. Japers may end up. It's got a lot of energy districts. Otherwise, I'd say it's like perfect for the EQ monopolists. We may have to consider that. We may just have to take our necropolis here and focus it on bureaucracy. What are you guys doing? I got two of you. Oh, you're going all the way around because you couldn't go a different way? Oh, that's funny. All right. Okay, well, you can do it that way. That's fine. What is this? Unidentified empire is at least one station in the system. Where are these guys? You gonna find out? Military power. Who are they? And what's our tech looking at? Technology is there. We just need some space to start building robots. We need to start building. Evading hostile fleets. So there is the mineral extraction operation there. Okay. So you can't really go anywhere. Oh, you're gonna go what? You can't go from there to there.
Construction venture completed.
Why don't you go? I got a better idea for you. Research that anomaly right there. Okay, physics research. Basic combat roles or blue laser? The blue laser. Communications established with the artisan troop. Hey, artisan troop. What would becoming the patron do? Patron of the arts, 2,000 monthly unity. It's 2,000 and it quickly ramps up to get very expensive, so to 5,000 a month. So I don't want to do anything just yet. And what's commissioning an art piece do? For 600, we gain access to the exhibit art monument decision that can be enacted on the planet. Amenities plus spend and immigration pull plus 50. Oh, I like that. We're going to commission an art piece. Who has low amenities? Iphilion. Exhibit art monument. Amenities and pull. Do it. And give us some pull. And what do they have here? Amenities and pull. Materialist attraction. That's great. Enforcers. Anti-crime campaign. They've got jobs. We just need to get one more person over there and we can... Let's resell one more person to Iphilion. I need somebody who's going to be able to... Yeah, I need a clerk. A Necroid. A Necroid slave. I'm going to move that clerk over there, because what I'm going to do over here is give them, as much as I'd like to put that Ascension Chamber on there, I got to get somebody with some robots working. So let's do that.
A system survey has completed.
Maxed out our influence. Don't really have anything to spend it on right now, which is kind of a miracle. That usually doesn't happen.
Construction venture completed.
Okay, where are you, Mr. Construction? You're right there. Man, we need to just go get all of that. Why don't you go do that? Mummified pilot. Okay. Over here, build the hangars. Oh, we don't have hangars yet. Technology does not exist. It is being gotten. 4 months will be obtained.
A study has been completed.
Slave army and a slave processing facility. There's the dread encampment, the offer. Oh, admin capacity, please. I know it won't make that much of a difference, but it's gonna jump us from 74 to 78. But we kind of need to get that going. Japras, all the it's tempting. Let's see. Let's take a look at all the other planets and see how big in size they are. Like there's this one, Cathea, the Exile. Readings originate from small research outpost. With the Necrosis Combine has no records of establishing or indeed authorizing on the surface of Cathea 5. It is staffed by one Necron scientist, a fairly talented and industrious one. If their research on Cathea 5 is anything to go by, there's a problem with regards to their identity, however. Been unable to match them against official state records, and they refuse to identify themselves, save for stating that they are in exile. They have expressed an interest in returning to Necropolis and serving the Necrosis Combine directly, on the condition that the ISS Vapid Longing immediately depart Cathea 5 and no Necroian ships ever return there. Okay, sure. We'll add them to the leader pool. We'll accept them.
A study has been completed.
This is a nice food world here. It's 22 in size. This is a really big world. How big is this? Cathea 3. It's a lot of districts too, but really even then, it's Tropical World 23. Japras is a 23. So even if you got all its districts, it basically look like Japras. This, and go back to that one. I want to look at that again. 23. This is Cathea 3. Cathea 3. Oh, and it doesn't have a lot of districts. Oh, yeah. This is our Ecumenopolis. In fact, we're just going to rename it right here. This is what I do to let myself know. That's my target for the Ecumenopolis. So it's perfect because it has a ton of city districts, and it's got several blockers, so you can get it really high. You can get it all the way up to that 23 city districts. It doesn't have a lot of other districts. So it's not like here at Japras where we're going, oh man, but it's got so many tech districts. I don't want to waste them. No. It's going to be perfect for the Ecumenopolis, which means that now I don't have to feel bad about trying to hold on to this for an Ecumenopolis. I can just, boom, plow ahead with it, make it full tech, and we can put something on here useful, like research facilities. So I like that. Hangar bays are ready to go, which is awesome. Robot modification points and robo-modding. I always like to get that. Mining station output too. I kind of... Oh, boy. Do I want the robo-modding now? Yes, I do. I do. Okay. That is all helpful. That's all very helpful. Okay. And of course, yes, we're maxed out on influence, I know. Alright, and now this guy is like, I don't have any orders. What do you want me to do? Well, it's pretty simple, dude. You can research anomalies. And then we grabbed the exile, so we might as well put the exile to work. Let's get them assigned ship. What does the exile do? What are they good at?
A system survey has
The exile, who has no special skills except for materials. Okay. Alright, so we gotta keep track of that. Alright, and here we go. This is governor level cap. Increased by 2. Science ship, you're way over here. You've done well. But you want to go up to that dead end up there? I'm all for that because like making a choke point there would be really good, and then we can get all of that. That'd be really cool. So there's 13 trade there on Japras that we'd like to start collecting. Yeah, baby. I'm feeling it. So what do we got? We got 2 jobs. Not a lot of housing coming. It's okay. We don't need to do anything with that yet. So much stuff to go. Robots needs to be priority for everybody, doesn't it? It's like, robots. Everyone needs robots. Yeah, doing...
Construction venture completed.
Playing one of the Necroid civics and stuff like that with the Mechanist. Well, Mechanist is just always good, so... This is an interesting way to do it. Construction ship. There's a bunch of stuff up here for you to do, build. Get mining research. There's trade up there that we're going to want to gather. I don't want to gather it yet because we'll have to do with piracy, and we don't need it, so it's not pressing. Oh, but we do have the hangars now, right? We just finished hangars, so you can do this. Hangar bay. And over here we can say, hey, why don't you do trade? And on Bangaki, they were raised up, so that's awesome. Bangaki, cool. Star patterns. Okay, get to the bottom of the pulsating stars. Yeah, so they need more entertainer jobs here. They don't have any. I wonder, since there's not... The entertainer jobs aren't being used right now, and they have this many amenities. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace these with robots. And I'm going to do that pretty much for any planet where I did that. For like, Aphelion didn't, so it was just there, Brangaki. They have amenities now, and they don't have any entertainers working these jobs, so this is a wasted slot, and I would much rather start getting robots out here. So we need those. So let's do that. Now, Necropolis says, hey, I finally have an unemployed person. What do you want me to do with them? Put them to work. Because they're what? They're a Necroid. They can't work. Whatever these free jobs. Mollusk. Closer look at Cyban 3 has shown that its hut-like structures are home to molluscoid species. The huts are crude shelters built out of soil and quasi-fecal excretions. The molluscoids appear semi-sapient with limited intelligence. Besides survival, their society lives and revolves around unearthing minerals, which are then put on display, seemingly to raise the social status of the finder. Their means of locating these minerals remain unclear, however, and Science Officer Rosen is baffled by their ability to locate large deposits of minerals. Though technologically inferior, studying these molluscoids may well further our mining capabilities. Intriguing. Study them further. Okay. And what about this? 17 months. Yeah, so where... here. You come over here and work this excavation site. You, the exile, can be our chief excavator. Unless we have somebody who's actually good at it, which we do not. We have nobody there, so... Cultist flagship. So you found us at last. No matter. My disciples are more than willing to give their lives for the future of the Necroid species. I am that future, in case you didn't realize. When we have dealt with your pitiful forces, my holy flagship shall carry me to Necropolis, where we will at last cleanse our homeworld of unbelievers. Cultist flagship 14. Okay. Subterranean expansion. We have finished clearing out all the nerve gas and the dead alien bodies from the tunnel network on Japras. It should now be safe for our colonists to move in. The primitive cities the aliens left behind will be demolished, of course, and replaced with our own advanced architecture. Alright, so I need probably a few more of these. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No, Cultist flagship I wanted to see. Oh, darn. Okay. Hold on. Fleet stance. Just go right in the gate there. Don't idle. I wanted you to move. I was very specific about it. Come in here because I want to take a look. I want to see what kind of ships they are. One day. Boom. Okay. What do we got? They are all blue lasers with some shielding. So we want to use a lot of shielding, actually. We want to use kinetic weapons. And then we want to use a lot of shields ourselves. Lots of shields on our own. So, what do we have here? Lots of shields, lots of kinetics, and this is the M class. So this is what we want, is for the whole fleet to be M-class ships. Change these to M-class. Go in here, upgrade fleet. 16.
Our vessels have been reinvigorated.
Let's just go. What would this
An
cost?
unusual phenomenon has popped up.
This would cost us 500. Then do it. Build the whole fleet, and we'll go down there and we'll take those guys out. That'll be wonderful. Exactly what we need. Let's see. Yes. So you want to click on this and say go there. Click on this and say go there. Oh, it's already going there. So yeah, click. Good. Okay, and there's some trade up there, of course, because we don't have. There we go. And so that changes it. You can see it just finished. Yeah, it just finished the hangars, and that changed it from red to white, which is awesome. So now it's being suppressed by the Soyan Starbase, which is great. I love it. I love hangars. They're fantastic. Awesome. Okay. Add 3 research to that system. You're up there just chugging away, which is awesome. Alien Vessels 3K and Alien Menace 962. Okay. Oh, look, and there's a ton of stuff right there. 10 minerals, 2-3 research. Wow, a bunch of stuff. This could be a nice little section there. It'd be nice if there was a planet. You could choke it off down here, and you could choke it off right there. Ancient mining drones. This is pretty, so far it's been a pretty good layout for us. I feel like. How we doing, fleet? Are we maxed out? Not yet. Change to hostile.
Construction venture completed.
Leave B for now. Construction venture complete. Abandoned amusement park. The structure's in Adar 6. Right now, as old as first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science officer Defend notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that to the builders' alien eyes, this may have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us Necroids, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. Oh, really? Okay, this world. Yeah, this is our consumer goods world, isn't it? So we can't really... Oh, but this is slave processing. Slave pop resource output plus 5. I like that. But I would also like to get an Autochthon monument on it. The problem is we're going to be short consumer goods soon. Doesn't matter. We got to do it. We got to get that down.
A special project.
Space amoebas. We can do easy prey, or we can do issue special project space amoeba study. Damage to space amoebas 33%. 1,000 energy credits for every space amoeba fleet destroyed. Ooh. I'm going to do the fascinating creatures thing. Space amoeba study. 39 months. Okay. What happens if we do... What are we researching in administrative capacity? Why don't we finish that first? Okay, how are you guys doing? You maxed out? Let's go. Let's go take those fools on. Solar Sailor. More research. Research. Yeah.
A special project is complete.
Penalties to our science here. Oh, this is killing us. 10%. It's almost 11. So, let's see. It's got to be the homeworld, right? Which means... What? Are we going to put research on this one? Let's say we did that. Let's say we put research on this one.
A system survey is concluded.
If we were going to leave our homeworld as bureaucracy. Let's say we did that. Then on Aphelion, we would want to do alloys.
Construction venture completed.
That could be worthwhile. Let's see. So you're done there. That's great. You added some stuff there. Go up there and research Project Net System. And science ship over here who says, hey, I'm done with that. What else do you want me to do? Well, let's go survey. Survey says, Mr. Richard Dawson, the best that there ever was. The best game show host of all time. I know people have Bob Barker as their favorite. Probably a lot of people do, but I loved Richard Dawson. He was awesome. He was the best that ever did the Family Feud. And then when they got him for the running game with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I just thought it was it was a master stroke of casting. It was a master stroke. It was so good. So good. All right, one more, and we can start building another building here. Give ourselves some bureaucracy. Oh, look. We've maxed those out. Well, let's sell some of those. Probably going to have to start buying some consumer goods anyway. Oh, look, here they are.
Construction venture completed.
You and your fancy fleet. All right, everybody. It's just like kids at an amusement park in bumper cars. Go around in a circle. Flagship disabled. Our forces have managed to disable the flagship of the final crucible. Its weapons and engines are no longer functional, but life support systems remain stable. We should prepare a boarding party. Due to the large number of armed cultists within the ship, a significant number of troops will be necessary to secure it. Okay, so how many is a significant number? The final crucible. Board the cultist flag. It has one transport ship available. A substantial number of troops. How many is a substantial number? Why don't we go here and recruit? I don't know. How many do we need? Assault army? Slave army. These do 1.5 to 7, 1.5. They do the same amount of damage. What's the difference? It's just days that it takes to make them versus cost, health, and morale. Oh, I see. These guys are cheaper. Build 4 of those. That's probably overkill. It says a substantial number, but I don't think it actually needs a substantial number. And we get this, and this unlocks the last one. Ooh. Okay. So, oh, Rosen has the particular trait. Alright, so now we get empty ascension perk slot. So, nihilistic acquisition, the raiding bombardment stance. We probably really should use that. It would fit with our species, wouldn't it? Because what else is there? Enigmatic engineering, I don't want. Starbase influence, grasp the void. One vision. One vision. Pop amenity usage, governing ethics, attraction, and monthly unity. Kind of nice. Admin capacity would be really nice. But let's do this. I mean, it's a little late for where we needed to use it early, but it won't be useless later. So let's grab this. Radiant bombardment. Okay. And what do we have here? Mineral extractions drones. And are they just leaving these guys alone? Seems like. Oh, okay. What's this science ship doing? It says, I'm done over here. What else would you like me to do? Well, that depends. Why don't you do this research anomaly there? Okay, Japras. We said we're putting research on this, but first it needs an Autochthon monument. And probably a couple other things. Yeah, like slave processing, but that's where this is the overall plan, is to get research over here. Oh, no. Japras. Wrong thing. Everybody, robots first. Robots first. Hey, and look. Pops, necrophages. We have contributed 3 pops to our species in the elevation ceremony on Necropolis. We love you guys. Okay, one more fleet is being made over there. One more person. We need to We probably don't need a general. Commanding Doom Troop. Oh, we already had troops, you big dummy. Oh, jeez. Yeah, they're right here. You big dummy. Embark all. You gotta go all the way down here, and you gotta do this. Click on this and say research project there. It's a little weird. All the rest of them work from the system level, but oh, you big goober. All right. Well, that's all right. Land your armies there. We'll need them later. We'll need them later, won't we? They're gonna cost us some maintenance, but. What do I want you guys doing? Joppers. Why don't you research the anomaly in that system? The Pestilence Armada. Hey, look! The City of Ghosts. Our surface expedition has reported back some astounding findings. The planet has multiple major cities, all abandoned.
The situation is
But in quite good shape considering their age. The infrastructure and urban planning of each city is remarkably structured and harmonious, indicating a highly cohesive civilization driven by centralized collective ideals, perhaps even a Gestalt consciousness of some kind. Based on the architecture and interior fixtures, the species that built all this seems to have been small fungoids with a fairly low state of technical advancement. Where exactly they all went remains unknown. Really? Is that so? Well, I need this black hole. We might as well go get it. An unusual phenomenon. Is that so? Alright, guys. Are we about ready to raid this damn thing? You're on your way, aren't you? Are you doing it? What are you doing? Boarding cultist ship. Oh, it takes time. Cool.
a system survey has concluded. A special project.
The cultist flagship secured. After slowly fighting their way deck by deck, our Marines have finally eradicated the last pockets of resistance on the former flagship of the final crucible. Few prisoners were taken, as most of the zealot cultists preferred to throw their lives away in futile suicide attacks. The cult's leader was found on the vessel's bridge, killed by her own hand. At long last, it looks like the final crucible has met its end. Our engineers have restored power to the ship's engines, and it has been pressed into service with our fleet as the dawn of creation. The vessel should be brought to our spaceport as soon as possible for more permanent repairs. Excellent. Ends the crucible event chain. It is a little strange. Oh, nice. Necrophagia. Oh, I like this. That's a fun thing. Okay, and you guys can go home. It's odd. For instance, one of the Stellaris groups I'm in on Facebook, a person said they started the Necro. They bought the Necroids DLC and they started a new game, and one of the first things they ran into was that particular what is this called? These things, these stories, and it ran into that one with the cultists and all that. It's like, I hate that one. It's the only one I won't play, so I had to restart. It's like, it's not that hard. I was like, it seems like a strange thing to get upset about or pout about. I don't mind it. It's not a bad story. Event chain. That's what they're called. Event chains. That's the word I was stumbling for that I can never think of. All right. Necropolis. You, my friends, you need robots. So make them. Thank you. And you finally have somebody, and it's a
Special project.
Oh. The vault is a tomb for hopeful immortals. A science officer rose in asserts that the huge blocks of ternary code found in the databanks are neural images. Digitized brain scans. Doubtless the aliens of Lawam 4 considered this their only shot at any kind of survival, following whatever calamity befell their planet. They did not have the means to resurrect themselves, but banked on the impossibly small hope that eventually someone else would have those means. download their neural patterns for safekeeping until a later date and time when we actually can do such a thing. Alright. So we still got a little bit of crime here from Pops. Martial law. Let's do this. Let's end martial law. Ends the anti-crime campaign. This is enforcer upkeep. And then what happens? We lose enforcer crime reduction. We lose some crime here. I'm not keen on doing that until we have some actual enforcers on the planet, so I'm going to keep that there for a while. Oh, and this person has acquired substance abuse. Well, hey, join the club, pal. Join the club. And here, decisions, we're going to do this, send artifacts to museum. How many of those do we have? How many artifacts do we have? 8? Okay. Hey, first league artifacts recovered. Here, on this planet, we're going to do that. Send artifacts to museum and send these culture worker jobs. Hopefully, I didn't do that before I found out. Yeah, we actually have culture workers working those jobs. That's smart. Robo-botting. Yay. Okay. What do we want next then? Ceramic metal armor or the coil gun? Let's go for ceramic metal armor. Over here, nutritional plentitude. Pop growth speed plus 10. Empire sprawl from plops plus 10. That's the part I don't like, but if we could get under it, it'd be great. And the dread encampment. Army starting experience and necromancer jobs plus 1. Necromancers turn consumer goods into research points and naval capacity and spawn defense. Oh, that sounds so lovely. I like all of that. We should probably go for food first from farmers and get maybe use nutritional plentitude. We'll see. I'm going to build that, and I'm going to build this. Science ship. Okay, there's more for you to do. Research. You, my friend, you need more jobs. That's easy. We're a food planet over here, so... In fact, why don't you just build 2 of those, and then why don't we go in our species and look at our robots, because we're doing this. We're going to pause. We're going to build this. Power drills. So we do this. Rename this. Look at our little robots. They look like spiders. It's awesome. And we call these miners. Miners. Miners, and not minors with an O. And then we also create another template. I like to have these harvesters. Yes. Farmers. Yes. Okay. Good job. Create those templates. So now those can start growing anywhere. We have 2 of these. If we take this and apply that template, it's going to be to what? Oh, we wouldn't want to do that there. We would actually only want to apply the farmer template to the ones on there. And it would take how long? 18 months. Oh, forget it. We're not doing that. It's too long for one pop to change. Keep digging. Further studies of the lost civilization in Sifabad 6 have given rise to more questions than answers. The plain, sturdy structures are thousands of years old. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to do that. And all seem to have been constructed at roughly the same time, perhaps as brief as a single century. Similarly, any additions or renovations to the urban structure seem to be done planet-wide at sudden, widely separated intervals. The oddly punctuated development of this society seems to show no appreciable change in population size. Former cultist flagship has been fully repaired. That's nice. Well, I think things are going swimmingly, and I think one of the reasons that things are actually even going swimmingly is because we've not ran into another species yet. And I think if that keeps going, we'll be all right. But I think as soon as I run into somebody, I'm probably going to get curb stomped. So that's my gut instinct right now. That's what it's saying. But so far, this has not been too... Oh, Fear Campaign. These are great. Monthly Unity and Xeno... Yes, please turn that on. Thank you. Education Campaign. Now we have enough money that I don't feel bad about doing that. So turn that on. And then... you... Oh, yeah, you built robots. Okay. I'm going to take this civilian industries and I'm going to replace it with bureaucracy. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we kind of desperately need it. We're kind of desperate to get it. Because this penalty here is killing me. 12%. It's unspent trait points. Oh yeah, because these robots, because we haven't transformed them into one of these other things, and that's totally fine. And we're over on naval capacity, which is going to ding us a little bit for ships, but it's okay. That hole in the middle is bothering me. What's the next best thing to do? We should go out here, because there's 9 minerals there and 7 minerals there. We should go out here and choke point this off to there at least. We can get those planets later, and then we want to come down here and start choke pointing this off as well. Yeah, we gotta keep doing that, I think. Hostile wildlife. A group of large predators indigenous to Saphibin 6 were recently discovered to have made a lair in the ruins being excavated. Fortunately, the animals were hibernating and they were not disturbed by the passage of our archaeologists. The project is rapidly moving ahead. Well, alright. Things are moving. Oh, geez, this episode has gone long. Wow, thanks, Necroids. You made me totally space it off. The time that I was supposed to spend. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I noticed that on the first video, the numbers were quite good. Quite good for my channel. So that means a lot of people are hitting here. So some of you might be new to my channel, and if you are and you've managed to watch it all the way to the end here, this is how we do things at Colors Fades. We don't spend the first part of the video hammering you for subscriptions and likes and ringing the bell. We save that nonsense for the end, and this is that time. So as always, if you like the episode, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you think you might like the content, subscribe. No pressure. If you have a question or comment, drop it down in the questions below. And if you're pointing to something specific in the video, it really helps you, really helps me. If you make a timestamp, just enter the minutes, the colon, and the seconds. YouTube automatically turns it into hyperlink. You don't have to do anything. And if you're pointing out something that's specific in the video, it really helps when you're making your timestamp if you roll it back about 10 seconds so that when I click on it, I can hear what I was talking about and get some context, and then I'll understand your comment a little bit better. And last but not least, if you feel like my channel is something you might want to support for the measly cost of a couple bucks a month, my Patreon's listed in the description below. And be sure to check out my dedicated guides to Stellaris for planetary management, ships, war, and trade. They're listed in the description below. Thank you again. I'm Colors Fade. I'll see you all on the next episode.